You asked for me. Here I am.
Is in the famous trailer. Oh, you're no Captain America. So yeah, he's got his. Does he make a interesting lead in this? Do you think it's?
I mean, I think the interesting thing is you have Falcon, who's been in Marvel since Phase 2, and then you have his own TV show, and now it's like, oh, we've started from scratch almost. I don't know why they didn't use more elements of the television show. I don't know if he made as big of an impact as he could have, but I think that's kind of sad as a lead. I think the movie wanted to be nearly as safe as possible. So, because of that, it's almost like we weren't allowed to have too much of an impact. And so his role was basically watered down, I believe.
Yeah, I mean the plot is really picking up on, I guess, a thread from the Eternals, which was, I think, it concluded with one of the appearance of a Celestial, which is basically what the galaxy Uber being, which is kind of born out, one of the oldest entities in the Marvel universe, and then kind of born out of the Earth. It's like the egg. The Earth turns out to be just an egg, really, to be, and it's like mid manifestation, and then at the end of the Eternals, they kind of stopped that happening, and then but you see this huge landmass which is basically a celestial huge head coming out of the ocean, which when they pull a map out, it's basically almost at 1/4 of the Earth, and of course it's never addressed in any other Marvel stuff since then. It's like, oh yeah, that's there. Now they're kind of like, oh, let's tie that off, as in this huge, ecological change in our landscape, and okay, let's tie that off. Kind of like an embarrassed, thread to kind of snip off almost. So I mean, so this erupts, and so everyone is scrambling for rights to it. So you've got America and Japan of all places. I can't help but feel it should be another big player, and maybe not so Japan, little island Japan, but yeah, they're all under the resources of what is held in a Celestial, which is adamantium asterisks. I wonder what that could be hinting to. So it's it's trying to play this big political game, and then corruption and so forth. And it's like, meh. That's kind of the feeling I get. It's it's a hard one to review, this film, because online it's like, it's the worst, for you clickbait titles. But I mean, people ask me what did I think of it, and it's kind of like, it made me feel like this is a film that reminds me how films should be seen nowadays, and that's on a phone, because this is all really what it's come down to, kind of extended episodes, and this has not changed anything. So as a big comeback, it's kind of like as safe as possible, as you say, and so you should watch it in the most safe, non-challenging environment as possible, and that's basically at home on your sofa or in bed.
It's funny what you say about episodes, because I've been saying for the past 5 years that the Marvel and Star Wars shows should have been movies instead of shows, and this one feels like it should have been a show instead of a movie. So
it's they have the opposite problems, it seems, and I think it seems because you've got so many entries and characters, it can't help but be episodic, and much even more. It's not now more encroaching on that kind of comic book monthly issue kind of series ones. It's episodic, but that time of a grand spectacle. Oh, it's a big Marvel movie. It's lost unless it's something fresh and new. And yeah, I mean the other element of this is obviously and then put this in the trailer. I mean, basically, it's almost impossible to spoil this movie, because every whole plot, thread, and conclusion is in the trailer. It sums it up in about a night.